Hi, I'm Helen. This is a 45-minute Vinyasa 2 class, and we'll be focusing on hips and shoulders. And ever since I started teaching yoga, this is the request that I get the most often, or the requests. Lots of people hold tension in hips and shoulders, and so maybe you are also needing this. We'll move our bodies, build some heat, get a nice deep stretch, and feel some more openness in those areas. We're going to get started today in a child's pose when you're ready. Knees together or wide, big toes touching. Reach your arms out in front, relax your forehead down. Just take a moment to really settle into your space, into your mat, and into this practice. Take some time to notice what's going on physically, especially in those areas we'll spend special time and attention on, hips and shoulders. Notice where your mind is and what you're thinking about. And start to lengthen and deepen each breath. If there's any kind of intention you'd like to set, please bring that to your mind now. A personal dedication, mantra, area of focus. And then gently walk your hands to the right side of your mat, maybe off your mat. Let your hips lean a little left and find a stretch through your left side. Back through center all the way into the opposite direction. Hands left, hips right. And then back to center. Tabletop position, hands and knees. Spread your fingertips wide, stack your shoulders above your wrists, hips right above your knees. And take whatever movement feels and comes naturally to you. A sway side to side, into cow and cat. We'll go there together. But you're welcome to go there now. Maybe some head movement, stretch out your legs. Let this be organic. Try not to overthink it. And then allow for stillness. Knees together to touch. Extend your right leg straight back behind you. Big breath in, like you're stamping your foot into a wall. As you exhale, cross your foot off to the left. So come off your mat, toes down, heel presses back, peek over your left shoulder. Breathe again into your right side, finding lots of space just above your hip bone, into your waist, your obliques, maybe even low back, ribs. Keep your legs crossed, bend your right knee behind your left. And I always have to do a little adjustment here, so feel free to do the same. With your legs crossed, we'll take cow and cat. Inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, send your heart forward. Exhale, press the ground away, scoop and round, really hollow out. Twice more with your breath. Breathe in, belly down, cow pose. Breathe out, press and round. Exaggerate that space between your shoulder blades, lifting to the sky. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral, uncross your legs. Take any little stretches, your wrists, back to cow and cat, your head rolls. And we'll find that same thing on the other side. Knees together. Extend left leg back, breathe in. Cross it behind you to the right. Press through your heel, look over your right shoulder. Imagine more space being created just above your left hip bone. Keep your legs crossed, tuck your left knee behind your right, adjust if you like. And 3 rounds of cow and cat with your legs crossed. Inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, heart forward between your arms, look slightly up. Exhale, press the ground away, scoop your tailbone under, hollow out. And continue to flow with your breath. One more round. Come back to neutral, uncross your legs. Again, whatever you need to move to reset, to find your neutral. And then eventually make your way to a downward facing dog. Hands a little forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips. First down dog of the day for me, maybe for you as well. You can move around here. The goal of downward facing dog is to create a lot of length. So it doesn't matter if your heels touch the ground or not. Notice if the back of your legs are tight, and imagine the space starting all the way at your hips and then lengthening down to your heels, your Achilles. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward to your hands. Exhale, step, hop, float to top of your mat. Lift halfway, breathe in, heart forward, slide your shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold, let it all go. Rise to standing, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend your elbows, slide your shoulders down your back, lift your heart. Stay strong through your core to support your low back. Inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, hands down to high plank. You can step back, hold it there, find some heat. Strong legs, strong core, really press into your fingertips and micro bend your elbows. So you're using your muscles to hold you up. Breathe in, shift forward. Lower slowly to your belly. Feel free to drop your knees first. Hands out wide at the height of your shoulders but off your mat. Tent your fingertips. Lift your heart, baby cobra. Slide your shoulders down your back. Exhale, lower down. Imagine rippling through your spine. We'll take that twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Once more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stack your hands, elbows wide. Rest your forehead on your hands and take your left knee off your mat and the height of your hip, if that's okay, like you're taking a big step to the side. A little half frog. Notice if you're gripping. See if you can soften. And just feel what that external rotation feels like. Release your left leg down to meet your right and then switch. Right knee outside your mat. Breathe into sensation. Allow for a softness and surrender. And then back to extension. Both legs behind you, hands below your shoulders, elbows point back. Tuck your toes, either to high plank or tabletop. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, travel, top of your mat. And if you always step forward with one foot, see if you can mix it up, alternate. Lift halfway, breathe in. Longer spine. Exhale, fold. Rise up, reach up, arms to the sky. Inhale. This time, exhale, hands behind your low back, interlace your fingers. Reach your hands back and down, lift your heart, big breath in, slight back bend, and engage your core as you exhale, bend your knees like chair legs and fold over your legs. Head and neck relax, arms peel as much off your back as you like. My shoulders are pretty open, so don't feel like you have to go anywhere near what my stretch looks like. And if you want, feet can always go a little wider. You can add some movement here, drop one shoulder, lift the opposite. Just kind of explore how things are feeling in your body in this moment. Release your hands to your low back and then down to the ground without slingshotting. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, high plank, upper push-up. You're welcome to come to your belly, or as you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, come to the tops of your feet, lift your thighs, lift your heart. Exhale over your toes, back to downward facing dog. Stay, move around, you decide what feels best. Remember to breathe. Inhale, bend your knees, look to your hands. Exhale, step, or maybe try a little hop to your hands, land lightly. Lift halfway, breathe in. Folds, breathe out. Back to standing, hands overhead, full inhale. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale to your chair pose, Utkatasana, like you're sitting into a really low chair. Peek down, make sure you can see all 10 toes. Press your weight into your heels, engage your low belly, relax your shoulders. So we're gonna revisit chair a few times with some different variations, moving into eagle and figure 4. It's nice to find the foundation here this first time. Really feel the stability, the strength, maybe the heat. And breathe. And one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold, let everything go. Lift halfway, breathe in. Find your transition to downward facing dog. You can take the vinyasa flow, that chaturanga up dog. You can move straight to down dog. You can hold high plank. Always the option to come to your belly. Try to let your breath guide you. And be aware of what your body needs today. More or less heat or a chance to rest. In your downward facing dog, bring your feet together so your big toes touch. Reach your right leg to the sky, breathe in. And then open up your hip, bend your knee. Allow some movement here. That could be rolling your ankle, bend and straighten out through your leg, or draw big circles with your knee to get into your hip joint. Extend your leg long, breathe in, square off your hips, toes point down. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, round through your upper back. Inhale, leg high. Twice more, knee to nose, exhale, shift it forward. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Hold to your inhale. Use your exhale to place your foot between your hands, and it's okay if it's not a pretty transition. We're gonna rise to a high crescent lunge. So feel free to adjust your feet as I do. Root down to rise up. And then a little moment here, left hip forward, right back. Maybe you bend your back leg, scoop your tailbone under, really engage your low belly. Keep that slight bend or start to straighten. And it helps me to think of engaging my left glute. So my back leg glute to find more stretch through my hip flexors. Breathe in. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm below your right. So you can always hold opposite shoulders or connect your hands, back or palms together. Try to keep your legs steady, a little challenging on your balance, engage your core. Inhale, lift your elbows, slight back bend. Exhale, round forward, puff up between your shoulder blades. Keep pressing through your feet. We're gonna move like that twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round it forward. One more time, breathe in. And breathe it out. Keep your arms, lift your arms back to neutral. So keep that bind. Take a breath in, a little bend into your back knee. Exhale, full eagle. You're gonna step your left foot up and over your right. Cross at your thighs and sit down. Squeeze everything together. Maybe you find a little bit more depth, a little more sensation. Can you breathe a little louder, a little smoother? One more inhale. Exhale, crossed ankled fold. So you can release your arms, left foot slides down your right leg, hands relax toward the ground. So your left foot is on top, right leg behind, ankles crossed. Nod your head yes, breathe in. Shake your head no, breathe out. Lift halfway, keep your ankles crossed. Exhale, fold. Crawl your hands to your left, lean your hips right. I like to bend my left knee. You might prefer to bend both knees or your right knee instead. And then back through center to the other side. Hands right, hips left. Choose which knee, if any, you'd like to bend. And then back to center, weight into your top foot, your left foot, hands come a little forward. Lean forward to lift your right leg, your back foot to the sky. Little standing splits, you can stay. You can play with balance, hands to your ankle, your calf. If you want to play with handstand or something else here, please feel free. When you've had enough, we're gonna meet in a forward fold. Take your time and let this practice be yours. Adjust on your mat if you like. When you get to your forward fold, feel free to move around, pedal or ragdoll. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward folds, breathe out. Rise up, reach up, all the way to standing, hands to the sky, upward salutes. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Same thing, second side. Inhale to chair. Find the depth and structure and notice where you can engage and then notice where you can relax. Breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, make your way to down dog. Step, hop, float it through a transition of your choice. Remember that especially in yoga, less is often more. When you've reached downward facing dog, big toes together, feet touch, left leg to the sky, breathe in. Open up your hip, bend your knee, and allow a little bit of movement. Ankle circles, knee bent and straighten. Big circles with your knee to get into your hip joint. Extend your leg long, breathe in, toes point down so your hips are even. Exhale, knee to nose, round it forward. Twice more, inhale, lift, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Hold to your inhale. Exhale, place your foot between your hands, however you need to get there. Rise to your high crescent lunge. Root through your legs to float your arms. And just as we did on that first side, take the time to find those little micro adjustments to create stability and support. Release a little tension. Breathe in. Exhale, eagle arms, this time right arm below. Keep the strength in your bottom half. Inhale. Exhale, round forward. Feel free to exaggerate what feels good. Inhale to lift. Remember, breath is the most important part. Exhale, round. Last one. Keep your arms bound, lift them. Bend your back knee, inhale. Full eagle. Exhale, cross your right leg up and over your left. And today my foot is kind of hanging out. Yours might wrap. It's all good. Try to keep elbows and knees in one line so they're stacked. And then see if you can sit a little further. Breathe here. Inhale. Crossed ankled fold as you exhale. Release your arms. Right foot slides down your left. Relax your head and neck. Nod, yes. Breathe in. Shake it, no. Breathe it out. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time start right. Walk your hands right. Lean your hips a little left. Take whatever variation you like with knees bent or straight. And then back through center to the other side. Come back to center, hands forward. Weight into your right foot. Left leg floats high. Find your standing splits. Right foot down. Left foot in the sky. Stay, feel sensation, stretch. Maybe you work balance, hands to your ankle, your calf. Maybe some handstand hops. When you're ready, forward folds. Reset yourself in your space. Find movement. Adjust your clothing, your breath. Rise to standing, inhale, arms high. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Reach your arms overhead, breathe in. Bend your right elbow with your left hand, find your right elbow, and then lean to your left. So you're reaching your elbow or tricep as much as you can behind your head, and then you're sending your hips to the right to find some space. Triceps, ribs, waist and outer hip. Back to center, hands overhead. Neutralize your spine, inhale. Bend your left elbow, right hand finds your left elbow tricep, and then lean to your right. Come back to center, breathe in. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, figure four, hands to your heart, right ankle crosses over your left thigh. Flex your toes, send your hips back like you're sitting into a chair. Can you get a little deeper? Stay active through this top leg to support your knee. So by flexing your toes, you're engaging the muscles of your calf, engaging the muscles of your shin, and that supports a healthy knee joint. Breathe here. Inhale as you are. Exhale, crossed ankle fold, right foot over your left, hands down to the ground. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Like we did before, just one breath. Inhale to your right, let your hips lean left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, walk your hands left, lean your hips a little right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, hands a little forward, lean into your right foot, your foot on top. Exhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Breathe in. This time, big step back with your left foot, hands frame your right foot. And if you need to, like me, adjust on your mat, feel free. Plant your palms, right leg floats up and back, breathe in. Open your hip, bend your knee. Movement here like you did before. If you'd like to flip for wild thing, imagine your foot coming to your glute, open up through your knee, foot falls back, right arm reaches forward, find that extension, breathe, breathe, breathe. And then back to three-legged dog if you flipped. Extend your leg long, knee to nose, breathe out. Inhale, leg high. Tap your right elbow or shoulder with your knee, take it as high as you can. Back up, breathe in. And then cross it to your left elbow or shoulder. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, step forward between your hands. This time we'll take warrior one, back foot pivots flat. You might step it out a little bit wider. Left foot at a 45-degree angle, right toes facing the short edge of your mat. Rise to standing, arms to the sky. And then like we did that first time in Crescent Lunge, it really helps me to think of engaging the back glutes to open up through the front of the hips. So do what feels best for you. Ground down through the outer edge of your foot and sink a little deeper. Breathe in. Cactus your arms as you breathe out. Open your chest. Inhale, interlace your hands behind you. Lift your heart. As you exhale, humble warrior, begin to dive forward. Right shoulder toward your thigh or inside. Arms peel off your back just as much as your shoulders allow. And it might even be more challenging to stay lifted, so don't feel like you have to go to your deepest edge. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Frame your right foot, lift your back heel, and then shimmy your right foot out to the side, so heel toe it wide. So you're in sort of like a lizard prep. Palms can stay flat, or take a little shift forward and back just to find some dynamic stretch here. Option always to drop your back knee, find a little bit more support. Or if you want to move with me, right hand comes to your right calf. Play with tucking your right shoulder underneath your knee and see if you can take your hands out wide or even float them off the ground. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hands down, knee lifts if it's lowered. Keep your right foot wide, take a breath in, look forward. Step your left foot up outside your left wrist for your Malasana Squat. Heels in, toes out, hips low, hands to your heart, open your chest, lengthen your spine. And if you're pretty flexible and you feel like you're sitting down, see if you can lift a little. Engage from your pelvic floor to find support and stability for your hip area, your pelvic region. One more big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Find a ragdoll. Any variation, hands to opposite elbows, hands to the back of your neck. If you prefer more of a regular forward fold, take that. We'll take a good 3 to 4 breaths here just to loosen up. Let gravity do some work and release whatever happened or didn't happen on that first side. Hands down if they're lifted, heel toe your feet in toward each other. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Think heavy through your tailbone and roll yourself to standing. Stack your spine one vertebrae on top of the next, all the way up. At the top, shrug your shoulders up, back and down. Couple more times, opening up, feeling any of that crunchy stuff. Imagine breathing it out, letting it go. Inhale, arms to the sky. Bend your left elbow, find your tricep or elbow with your right hand. Lean over to your right first this time. Hips lean a little left. Back to center, hands to the sky, breathe in. Bend your right elbow, left hand, find your right elbow, tricep, lean to your left, hips to your right. Back to center, arms to the sky, inhale. Hands together in front of your heart, exhale. Second side, inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, figure 4, left ankle crosses, hands to your heart, or whatever you like with your arms. Sit low and back. Flex your left toes, breathe. Notice what's happening here, where your mind is going. And see if you can bring your focus, your awareness back to your hips, your shoulders, and anywhere else that needs a little extra attention. Stay present. Breathe in. Cross ankle fold as you exhale, left foot slides over your right, hands down to the ground, relax your head. Nod yes, breathe in. Shake it no, exhale. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your hands to your left, lean your hips a little right, feel free to bend your knees. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, hands right, hips left. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, forward with your fingertips, weight into your left foot, reach your right leg behind you, breathe. Exhale, foot a little higher. Take a big breath in here. Step it all the way back as you exhale. Adjust as you need. Plant your palms. Left leg floats up and back, inhale. Open up your hip, bend your knee, exhale. Movement, stillness, a flip for a wild thing if you played or want to try it on this side. Left foot falls behind you. Outer edge of your right foot down, right leg straight. Lift your hips, lift your heart if you flipped. And then we'll all meet back in that 3-legged dog. Extend your left leg high. Breathe in here. Knee to nose, breathe out. Inhale, leg up. Tap your left elbow or shoulder with your knee. Back up, breathe in. Cross it to your right elbow or shoulder. Inhale, leg over up to the sky. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Set yourself up for warrior 1. So for me, that means a moment to take my feet wider so I'm not on a tightrope. Back heel pivots flat. Try not to collapse into the arch of your back foot. Strong legs to rise. And then find that glute engagement if that was helpful. Maybe a little bit more depth. You can always bring your feet closer together lengthwise. Sometimes that makes it more accessible in our hips. Breathe in. Cactus your arms, exhale, little back bend. Slide your shoulders down your back. Inhale, interlace your hands behind you. Try the awkward grip, lift your heart. Use your exhale to bow, humble warrior. Either you come toward your thigh, you hover, maybe even inside, but try to keep your legs the same. Keep drawing right hip forward, left hip back. Keep pressing through both feet. Release your hands to the ground. Lift your back heel and heel toe your left foot out to the side, hand inside your foot. A little lizard prep. Some rocks to start forward and back. And then the option to stay more upright engaged, the option to drop to your knee or to your forearms, Or if you took it on the other side, I want to try it here. Left hand to your calf, work your shoulder underneath your knee as best you can. You can hang out there, reach your arms wide, or maybe float your arms. Hands back inside your left foot. Lift your back knee if it's lowered. Take a breath in, look forward. Right foot steps up, outside your right wrist. Sink your seat toward the ground. Hands to your heart, your Malasana Yogi Squat. Breathe. And notice, especially if you're holding tension through your trapezius, your upper shoulders and neck area, can you melt that away? One more breath. Slowly release your hands down. We'll take this wide on our mat, so I'll turn to face you all for a little frog. Maybe early in the day for this, you're welcome to come to that half frog we started in with one leg out to the side like you're taking a step on your belly. Otherwise, knees come as wide as you can comfortably go. Please don't force it. Feet right behind your knees. And you can stay more upright. You can drop to your forearms. Try not to collapse into your low back. So just gently opening up inner thighs, that inner hip, outer rotation, stretch. If knees or ankles are very sensitive, you can always roll your mat up a couple of times, provide a little extra padding or support, or remember to take that one-legged version instead. Know that you can always stay here. It's enough for me this early in the morning, so when you're ready, come up. There's no perfect way to get out of it. We're gonna meet in a tabletop position, so however you wanna get there. Knees together, like we did at the beginning of our practice, right leg straight back behind you, breathe in, and then cross your right knee behind your left. And we're gonna play with sitting down into cow face, so you might open your feet a little wider. If you know you have knee stuff, maybe take a moment to pause and I'll show you a different option. Otherwise, you can sit back between your feet, so your left knee is stacked on top of your right. Another variation, especially if knees are sensitive, is to extend your bottom leg and cross your top knee on top of your bottom as best you can, or to take a simple figure four. So you find the version that works. Lots of options with your upper body. Remain upright, lean forward, or if you like to take your arms, I like the opposite arm as top leg to the sky, so right arm up. Bend your elbow, find your tricep elbow stay, or perhaps you can bend your left elbow down, connect your fingertips between your shoulder blades. And then again here you can hang out, you can start to lean forward. For me, there's sensation pretty fast, so it doesn't have to be super extreme. Allow breath to move into those places that are talking to you. As always, stay. If you'd like more, release when you're ready, shake it all out. Back to hands and knees. Uncross your legs, a little hip sway, a little cow and cat. Counter movements that are calling your name if it's something else. And then second side, left leg back. Cross your knee behind your right, open up your feet. So remember, this may or may not work and each side is different. Don't force it. Again, the option to extend your bottom leg or to take more of a figure four. Upright, you can hang out here. Lean it forward, no arms, or if you like, left arm to the sky, find your elbow, triceps, stay with that gentle stretch, or perhaps hands connect, and you start to lean or stay upright. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Lift yourself up, release your arms, shake it out, back to hands and knees, tabletop, uncross. Move around, little snap, crackle, pop for me. And then find your way into a comfortable seat. And I'm just gonna turn to face you all so you can see. You can be on your bottom, you can be on your shins in more of a hero's pose like I am. Hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, reach your hands back, lift your chest, open up. And then draw your hands over to your left hip. Hug your left elbow back. And if that's not accessible, your right hand can find your left elbow crease. Gently drop your left ear to your left shoulder. So we're isolating and stabilizing through your right shoulder joint to create a little bit more stretch over the top here, really getting into trapezius and some of those neck muscles. Scalene, sternocleidomastoids, all the names, not necessarily anything you need to remember, but places where we can hold lots of tension, lots of stuff. We feel like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. Come back to center, hands behind you, breathe in, and then to the other side. And if your seat isn't working, change your seat, hands to your right hip, hug your right elbow back. Keep that left shoulder stable, right ear to right shoulder, and breathe along the length. From the tip of your left shoulder, a little chromium process, all the way up to your left ear, back to your skull, maybe even forward down to your throat and collarbone. And when those sides feel even, release. Back to neutral, hands wherever you like them. Some shoulder shrugs or some head rolls, moving gently and kindly. Always practicing that compassion for yourself. And we'll take one more tabletop position to move into thread the needle. Right arm reaches out and up to the sky, roll your wrist. Thread your right arm to the left, drop your shoulder down the side of your head down. Left hand can stay, stretch in front, wrap behind your back. If you want a little extra balance, challenge, and heat here, you can play with extending your left leg straight back behind you. Keep your knees lifted, release. Left hand by your face, unthread right arm out and up, breathe in. Exhale, lower your hand down and switch. Left arm to the sky, roll your wrist. Thread to your right, drop your shoulder, your head down. Right hand stays, reaches or wraps. Perhaps you extend your right leg behind you. Lower your knee if it's lifted. Unthread, counter stretch, left arm out and up, breathe in. And exhale, lower. Come onto your back, find a seat, swing your legs out in front, roll yourself down. And hug your knees to your chest when you arrive, a little rock side to side or some circles in the sky. Take a little figure four variation that I like. If you know you prefer something else, you want to take a pigeon, you're really craving it, of course, by all means go there, but maybe challenge yourself to try this slightly different version. Feet down, knees to the sky, right ankle crosses over your left thigh. Keep your leg crossed, let everything fall to your left. So right sole of your foot toward the ground. You've got the option to let your knee fall toward you, more of a twist, outer hip, outer leg sensation, or gently press your knee up, or with your left hand find your ankle and pull it in a little closer. And you might explore what creates the sensation you're craving, what feels best for you in this moment. We'll take it back to figure four. Right ankle stays crossed. Heel toe your left foot out to the left. Just a few footprints. Let everything fall to your right. I move my microphone pack. Everything falls down. And your left foot on top of your right calf for a little extra sensation. And if you want even more front of your hip flexors, right arm to the sky, or I should say over your head to your back wall, and maybe lean to your left. When that feels like enough, release, unthread, knees to chest, reset between sides. If you were doing something else, now's a chance to switch it up, a different shape or a different side. This time, figure 4, left ankle crosses. Let everything fall to your right. Same options, knee can fall inward, you can gently press your knee away, or you can find your ankle with your right hand and pull your foot a little closer. And for me, each side is really different. This one feels pretty intense. So stay where you can breathe, where you're not going to be in pain, but there might be a little mental, physical challenge. As you're ready, back to center, regular figure 4. Shimmy your right foot off to the right, a few footprints, let everything fall left. Ankle can stay crossed. Right foot, reach your left leg to the sky, breathe in, thread your left foot underneath your right knee, find your toes with your right hand, let your left knee fall forward and down. And just like the last side, you can stay, place your right foot on your calf, a little extra sensation. This is our last shape together before Shavasana, so hang out here as long as you like, find evenness between your sides, or know that you can come out and move into something else. Forgot, if you took the arm extension, left arm to the sky and over to the right. And as that feels like enough time, reset, unwind, take whatever last shapes or poses you need before final Shavasana. Any adjustments of clothing, a happy baby, a back bend, another twist, another stretch. And allow yourself some time to find stillness. So even if you need more time than we have together, make sure you're taking some version of Shavasana, of meditation. Notice what comes up. Allow yourself to be present to experience it, without judgment, without attachment. And then when you're ready, add in a little bit of movement. And slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time. There's no rush. When you do arrive in your seat, palms together in front of your heart. And a moment to simply reflect. What happened? How'd you feel? What's happening right now? How do you feel right now? And what can you bring from your practice into the rest of your day? All that you do. We'll bow our heads together in silence to close our practice. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you very soon.